We here with another episode of the Put to Bed podcast. You hear me?
Yay, back with another one. What we on, bro? Episode.
It's like 27. 20, it's
Yeah,
definitely
it's around there. It's in the 20s. It's in the 20s. So
yeah.
pat yourself on the back for being commitment and consistent. Ooh,
Nah,
CC.
facts. Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
We on
So
our way
yeah,
though,
we
for real. We on our way to a 30p.
man, listen.
Episode 30.
When it get to 30, I ain't gonna say if. When it get to 30, I'm really gonna like. I'm gonna get some more stuff. I'm gonna get a
Yeah, you gotta
backdrop,
do something. You
another
gotta do something
sign.
special for 30.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a ring light. I'm gonna get some more stuff. I'm gonna make it a little bit more jazzier.
Facts.
Bring in the folks, bring in the people.
Nah, facts. We gotta do something.
Real.
We definitely gotta do something. Upgrades and do something crazy for the 30. Do
Man,
something dirty for the 30.
we're gonna do every milestone is like the 30, 40, 50. So we can just, keep it consistent so we can do have a goal.
Facts. Facts.
But yeah, let's get it started. We got two topics.
What you want to do? Okay, we can jump right into mine. We can jump right into the
Yeah, let's
topic.
go.
So
Let's
my
get it.
topic of the evening is everything temporary?
Mm.
Do you feel like everything is temporary, or are certain things in life yours like forever? Like you like it's just locked in. It's you forever, or is everything temporary? Meaning
Okay,
people, like
that's a
anything,
heavy question.
anything.
That's a heavy question because it could be. So in my mind, I think some things are temporary, not everything.
Okay.
In my mind, because I mean, you do have your family for your family, regardless. Now, you may not fuck with everybody, you know what I'm saying, or mess with everybody, but you do have your family regardless. So that's not a temporary thing. It's a temporary relationship you can have with them. Like you can cut it off and keep
Yeah.
it moving, but like that's something that's gonna be a long lasting thing regardless, like bloodline type shit. So
Yeah.
some things are a cut off of a temporary thing in my mind, in how I think about it. But I don't think everything is temporary because a job can be a temporary situation too, but it could also be a stepping stone to some better. So it could
Facts.
be temporary, but also leading you to long lasting. So it depends, on what you looking at. So it's so broad. I was kind of thinking like what you thought about, like what was your reasoning on asking this question?
I mean, my reasoning behind it, that's a good question, was just I was thinking about it like in the sense of things being temporary or things being permanent or things being like, and just like, having things that are in my life that I was thinking like, damn,
Yeah.
this is permanent, or to have permanently or to be temporary in my life. And as I was thinking about it, I started to realize though that in my realization of what I came to was that like, damn, that everything temporary. Because if you think about it, like even what you said in the family, and I get that, like it's certain family members, like okay, me and you, we locked in
Right.
until you feel me, until we ain't
To the
locked
end of
in on
time.
until it's over with, to the end of time
Right.
type shit. But at the same time, like Lord forbid situations like people that you have like that, they can pass away,
Mm-hmm.
or anything can happen. So, even with the things that you feel like ain't going nowhere, things
Yeah.
that you feel like are permanent, like even like you said, it could be a job or a career, something that you locked in, something that you done went to college for, got a degree for, in your field for, been in your field 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and you can be at the same company or the same place for 10 years, and they shut down.
Yeah.
Or they got to make cost cuts because you mean situation people got to go because the labor ain't matching up to everything no more, and they got to make cost efficient saves, and people got to go. Anything can happen.
It's true.
Where I feel like certain things, yeah, they have a long lasting ability to be in our life, like the loved ones that we have, like careers, goals, stuff that we accumulate. You mean whether it be money, whether it be cars, and anything like it's not permanent. Everything is temporary.
Okay. So
Even in
I
the
got a
sense of
question.
you,
Oh,
huh?
sorry. So I got a follow up question about that.
Okay.
Okay, so you're in a relationship. Say your relationship goes towards marriage and you get married. Is that a temporary situation? Because that means you thinking of everything is temporary. That's not a temporary thing. Once you combine
Facts.
those two, those two souls, those two energies, those two spirits together, it's supposed to be forever. So like
Yeah.
some things you gotta, that's why I said not everything, because I get what you're coming from, because everything has a expiration date in a sense.
Yeah. Type shit. Oh,
Yeah, like like I was thinking about when you said it, like mistakes. To me, mistakes are temporary because you can always learn from them, grow from them, and
and
do,
move on.
keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like how like those type of things. But when I think about marriage and things like that, that's more of a long lasting type of thing.
That's true. I agree with that. But look at the divorce rates in the world. So it has been statistically proven that it can be temporary at a large rate.
That's true.
Now, I feel like when you got somebody that you locked in with, of course, like that's just like having one of them loved ones. Well, only thing that's gonna
Yeah.
separate y'all is the grave. Like
I
if that's your partner or your wife and y'all really locked in, like it has a long lasting, like I said, sense in your life. At the same
yeah
time, like Lord forbid anything happen, it can be taken away. I'm not saying that everything that nothing that you have, just like money, person could be
yeah.
grinding their life and be a millionaire, multi-millionaire, and they feel like okay, this is gonna last me generations. I'm
Hmm.
up. Like I can feed my family for generations. You never know what can happen
No,
that can change those circumstances.
that's true. That's
Anything can
true.
happen that can change within any circumstance that you feel like is foreseen to where you got it in the bag where this is locked in forever. Like even if like you said, like it could be a marriage, it could be that one we know like okay, I got you, you got me, I ain't going.
Hmm.
We locked in.
We like them regardless.
You never know what can happen.
You never know what can happen,
It could be how do you feel me?
but thinking about our grandparents, when you notice what it is, you fight through that, and it is a long
Yeah,
lasting thing.
yeah,
It
yeah.
can
That
be,
yeah.
but it got me in the mind of thinking we lost a great one. What Sunday? I think Sunday, Monday. Malcolm Jamal
It
Warner.
had been like yeah,
Yeah.
Malcolm
So
Jamal Warner.
Theo from Cosby Show, Malcolm from Malcolm and Eddie, a bunch of stuff.
Countless
He has
films,
a
yeah,
collection
countless
of things.
films.
Yeah, he has
Yeah,
a collection of things. He a collection of things. Like you said, that brought me to that situation because this man is a great. You know what I'm saying? He has plenties of money in a sense of I've been doing this for a long time. Our platform is built. And
right.
he's just out with his family and drowned. That's something unexpected. Because a big wave come, you know what I'm saying, unexpectedly. And that some things happen. Unfortunately, I was shocked, honestly, to see it. When I saw
Yeah,
it, I was like,
me
okay,
too.
he was passed away, but I didn't know the circumstances until today at work. Like honestly. Old head came in and was like, yeah, Theo. And she was pissed. You know, I'm like, I was mad too, but she broke it
Yeah,
down.
facts.
Like, I grew up with him and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, shit. So, like, I had to, I learned a lot. But it was just thinking about that. Like, you can have so much, everything. And then in a second, it could be gone because we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Not saying that's I ain't trying to put his life on that, but like that just brought me to that because I was like, that is really crazy and so unfortunate that that happened that way. I wouldn't have thought that like at all.
But it can happen. Anything can happen.
It
Like
can
I
happen,
feel
yeah, of
like the only
course.
thing that we have that's permanent. None of this is nothing external is permanent to me. Like that's the ultimate realization that I came with, and when I mean external, I mean like everything you can see, everything you can touch, everything you
Mm.
can feel can be taken away from you. Even those senses to do so can be taken away from you.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And,
in
I
a
mean,
sense,
anything can be taken away for sure. Anything can be taken away. I just think in some situations, some things are long lasting.
yeah, long lasting.
Some
I agree with
things.
that. I agree with that. I'm just saying the term wasn't long lasting though. The term
I
is
know.
anything temporary or
I
permanent.
know. Dang. Okay. So I agree and I disagree. Like we having a debate in this bitch because like I get it. I get it. Like I get what you're saying, but like I said,
Because
like
long
my
lasting,
job.
I agree. We're like our grandparents, they've been together forever. Gonna be together
Yeah.
until both of them
Yeah.
go.
Right.
But it's not. It's still like even having them in our life, having that to see that it's not everlasting. It can be everlasting in your lifetime if you make it
Yeah.
that, and people do
Yeah.
that. But at the same time, it's not. It's not. I'm just saying it's not guaranteed. Now it can happen where you
Can
have
happen.
situations like that, where you have a
Right.
relationship that's forever. Because a lot of times, like if you think about it it's a lot of times where people been together so long where that person
Mhm.
passed away and then that other person passes away shortly after. Now
Yeah.
that's something where
Very.
it's like, okay, yeah, you had that was damn near a permanent thing, like where you only had a short gap in your life without
Right.
that before and after type situation where but in the sense of just looking at it overall, like from a more spiritual level, just thinking I was saying like
Yeah.
only thing we
Mm-hmm.
have is like our soul. Well, our soul ain't going nowhere. It's certain things like having God in you. That's not going
Yeah.
nowhere. Like certain things that you got that's gonna carry on with you that you can have permanently. and morals, principles. Like you can have these things. You can be a like when you die and people remember you and they say, man, that brother was so giving,
Memories.
so loyal. So those are it's certain characteristics that you can have that last forever. It's certain
Yeah.
inner things that you can have and that you can impact on people's lives and that you can experience with people or experience from people or experience in this realm that lasts forever. I feel like most things are temporary, but certain things like that can be permanent.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you with that point for sure. Like when you say spirituality and you bring that point up, that makes it a little different because, like you said, like we talked about last week, easy. That's some memories and stuff like that. That's gonna be
Right,
long lasting. That people believe. I mean, remember about him in Milwaukee and what he's done for Milwaukee and his contribution. That's all that is gonna be long lasting because he set that foundation. So
right.
certain things can
Certain
be,
things about you, yeah, but it's nothing
yeah,
that's gonna be like in this
but
world. It's things that you
temporary.
can leave in this lifetime, yeah. And that I don't feel like it's a lot of things that you can come to be permanent. Like most
No,
things are temporary, and experience even the breath that we breathe to keep us alive is temporary because it comes in us and it goes out us. If we hold it, we'll die.
yeah. I'll say this. I agree that everything has a temporary or expiration date, absolutely. But we just gotta make the best of it while we're here and keep it
Exactly.
pushing because like you said, that was something that was unexpected. Nobody nobody unexpected no, expects people who are greats and people who are leaders in our communities to die certain ways because we respect them and we think of them sometimes as superheroes. Not like
Right.
in a sense of like a superhero, but like they're people who get out there and they do what they gotta
They
do.
impact, they yeah.
They
But
impact, yeah.
but those are the things that I feel like can last forever, that do last forever, that are permanent.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because even if you look at it like I know we use it as an example a lot. I do personally, period.
Yeah.
But even if you look at Tupac, like that's
Hmm.
a permanent impact that he didn't have. Even if the youth right now ain't familiar with his
Right.
music, familiar with what he was doing, they know who he is.
Yeah. They do.
They know who he is,
They do.
and people everything that's a permanent impact that you will have. Like people like Martin Luther King, even Malcolm X, like the people that like
Hmm.
certain impacts that you have are gonna last forever.
Forever.
Like even when we think of you can go back to kings and queens or just in the Egyptian, like even the pharaohs and stuff like that. Like it's Jesus. Like it's certain people that and figures that their presence will last forever in their
Yeah.
lifetimes because of the impact that they had. But the possessions, the things that they seen, the experiences, that's all temporary.
Mm. Okay. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you in with that because I don't really have a dot to put on that, but a periods
No,
because
fact,
you know what I'm saying? Because I mean that was it. Like those have long lasting effects on people like that and generational too, like
fact.
you said. Because even when me, we grew up to Tupac. You are a little younger than me, and then even my son, he's way younger than us, and he know because
Right.
he homegrown, so you put that in them. But they also learn they do their own research.
Nah, for real. The moral
So
of it for
yeah,
me, to put it to bed, the moral of the story for me in my head was to do good. Do good in
mm,
this lifetime.
yeah,
Make every moment special because you never know when it can be taken away from you. Don't live like everything can be permanent because things can be temporary. Things are temporary, and make the best out of everything, every experience that you have with
yeah,
somebody. There's something that you can do for somebody, something that you can do to help, something that you can do to learn, something that you can do to grow. Take advantage of those experiences and take advantage of those times and be impactful. Be impactful where
mm,
you can have that Tupac effect on people, where you can have that Martin Luther King of people, and where you can have that I mean I should have said MLK, but the Malcolm X and people where like
yeah,
where that impact that you had on them is a forever thing. And on
right,
several people, do it for as many as you can, and do it for God, like because that's ultimately what we have permanently. Everything else is temporary and tangible.
yeah. I agree. I agree. Like while you here, make your life count. Make it worth it, and make sure that you leave, like you said, an impact, regardless of what that look like. It could be at a school. It could be
Right,
at your job. It could be anything. Just
right.
make an impact. You know what I'm saying?
Just do
And
good. Do
so,
good by people. Do good in what you
yeah,
do, and do good to succeed. And that be impactful. No matter like you said, no matter what field
yeah.
you're in.
Leave your stamp on the world. That's it. Leave your stamp on the world,
Right.
or wherever you at. Yeah, it's put to bed for me, dog.
Let's put that bed for me too. We can move on to the next topic, which is your topic. So I'm gonna let you introduce it and jump it
All
off to the
right.
people.
Okay, so I wanted to know, just thinking about like and
Okay.
getting out. starting over. I was a PO before. Crazy experience, but it was very
Yeah.
short time because it was crazy as hell.
That's
And
crazy. I
plus,
forgot
I
you was a PO
just,
for a minute until you mentioned it.
huh?
I forgot you was a PO for a minute until you mentioned
Hell
it.
yeah. And that's why I said short term. Because me and them didn't align as much as I wanted them to, hey, I'm that.
Right.
But I also believe in, um, the rights kind of policing. I do. So
Yeah.
my question was, when you get out and you starting over, I know it's hard to get on your feet because I've seen people do it. I remember that time when I had to meet with people on their first meeting and they first day getting out because they got to come and meet you that first day. You know
Right
what I'm
out the
saying?
gate.
So yeah, so straight out the gate, get out, you come into the office, and that's it. If you don't, it's a warrant.
You going back in.
So you going back in quick. So like, and that's not worth it. But like, so they gotta come see you. So the first thing that people say is, I gotta get a job. I gotta get a job. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to like put out there like how hard is it or easy is it to get a good job with a criminal record? It could be some short term, like I mean some small, not even attempted robbery, just like a misdemeanor type stuff. But you also have that judgment notation on it across the board because it's criminal activity in people's eyes, in society's eyes, or whatever.
Right.
So I was asking, like, in a sense of, what do you think that looks like for people? You can speak from personal, what you've seen, what you talk to, and like, because society definition is of a criminal is someone. Let's see.
Yeah. I feel like once you got a criminal record, it's definitely harder.
Yeah.
Statistically, period, it's harder.
Yeah.
It's I feel like it's a lot harder, even coming from personal experience. Y'all don't know
Right.
me, I mean, like that. Yeah, I do have a criminal record myself. It's a long
Yeah.
story, a long tale that will be told. But at
Coming
the same
longer,
time,
long time at a time.
I've been I've been in the workforce and
Mm-hmm.
getting out from that situation into the
Yeah.
workforce was definitely hard. It's a hard transition because
Mm-hmm.
even with having certain certifications, certain work history, certain values and employment value that you bring to the table, whether it be managerial duties and
Right.
stuff like that, and titles that you previously had, whether it be anything like you could have been a lawyer prior to it, but once you catch them felonies and stuff like that, like for the
Mm-hmm.
average person, you cook. Or if you want to go back, if you want to go into the medical field, you cooked. If you want to go
Right.
into certain fields, you cook. Like it's hard. The you can't be a
So
cop. You might have your whole life change and be like, okay, I want to. I made a mistake in my past, or
right.
something happened where it wasn't even my fault. I got caught up in something in my past. Anything, and you can be like, okay, I want to do this now. I want to be a
Mm-hmm.
dentist. You cook.
Right.
With those felonies on you with certain things that automatically it's a no. It's a
Like
no for
X you
them.
out.
Yeah, it's a no for them. So it's a lot of job opportunities automatically taken from you. That part out the gate, and then you got to look at it from the point of even the jobs that you can get
Mm-hmm.
that don't necessarily care about your felonies or don't
Right.
discriminate against your felonies. It can be those jobs that you apply for and you may be overqualified. It's been jobs that I know I was overqualified for.
Mm-hmm.
Went in on the
Right.
interview. No, I wowed them. No, I talked my talk because I can talk my talk and know what I know. And when I know it, I show it. You hear me? So
Yeah.
talking,
Period.
yeah, fact.
Period.
So even coming in there doing that, and I could see the look in their eyes, like, okay, yeah, we gon' yeah, I fuck with him. We gonna hire him. I know that look. I done been there.
Yeah.
I could tell when it's real, and I could tell when it's fake. So
Absolutely.
knowing that, and then walk out, and then knowing I got to get the background check that comes with that. And after that, it's like the energy changed. It went from,
It
oh yeah, we
does.
excited that we gonna be excited to want to email telling me I didn't get the job type situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm knowing, and me knowing, just knowing what I know, and knowing what my situation is. It's like, okay, yeah, I know it. I know exactly why I didn't get the job. It's like that's something I plan for with any going in filling out any application for any job. Like that's something I
Yeah.
always gotta keep in mind and just don't put too many chips in it because it could be
Right.
that felony could be everything. So it's hard. Like I've had a lot of jobs where I personally, like I said, I was overqualified for them that I didn't get, and the jobs that I did get that I was overqualified for, and it showed within the establishment. It's like, okay, I came in as this because of my
Record.
record or my situation and everything. But then them seeing me as an employee in there and seeing my business mind and actually getting to know me, it's like, oh dang. Well, how much
Mm.
would you give me? How much would you take to be in this other position? It's always been every job I've got. Like I had a job out here where I was a delivery driver. I'm
Right.
making $9 an hour type. You give me $8, $9 an hour and tips.
Mm-hmm.
But meeting the owner of the establishment, talking to him, and him seeing my business mind and seeing who I really was, like just beyond a record or beyond a piece of paper, and meeting me, man, I done became a whole marketing. My LLC got a contract with him. Well, had a contract with him when I was working with him for
Oh,
marketing.
really?
So I was the person that was doing his marketing and shooting. You mean commercials and all that type of stuff like that, and branding and looking and searching his network to bring him a community within his network of other businesses and other businesses like his and other businesses in that community and other outsources of that community like apartment complexes and stuff like that where he can be
Oh,
able to come in there and do venues and host and put his pizza and stuff out there and products, basically parties where he hosts them
when you
and
hosted
providing
it,
food.
yeah.
I mean, stuff like that, building communities. And I was the one that was going to them things, being a spokesperson, being a spokesperson
Mm.
for the business, talking, chopping it up with the people, giving them the product, letting them know where we at, where we located, all of that, what we want. Every job I've had, period, as a felon, I feel like, yeah, it was hard to get, but once if you really want to achieve something, if you really want to go further, if you really want to excel, yeah, because there's nothing that can slow you down. Yeah,
Right.
that can stop you from doing certain things. We can't act like it's not. That's like acting like racism don't exist to me. It's like
That's
saying
true.
a record don't matter when you in the workforce because it does. It's like turning a blind eye to it is something that you would have to only turn a blind eye to it if you feel like you've never experienced it, so it doesn't apply. And that's a naive way to look at
To
things in
think.
life because just because it's not happening to you or just because you're not affected by it or nobody you know directly is affected by it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean a mass amount of people aren't affected by it. That's anything.
Right.
So I feel like yeah, I can't say that it don't matter, but in the same sense, just speaking from that side of it, but in the same sense on the other side of it, I feel like if you're a go getter, if you really want to make something of
Mm-hmm.
yourself, I mean, because our president is a felon, and not to say that I disagree or agree with his tactics or whoever he is, but he has put himself in that position to where that can't stop him from getting his goals accomplished. It's
Right.
multimillionaires, just like Jay Z and artists, there's felons and they got criminal records, but they didn't let that stop them from
From
getting where they
going
are
forward.
and going forward and prospering and becoming millionaires. So
Right.
it's definitely something that you have to take into accountability of, but at the same time, it's something that you can overachieve. You can overachieve it and really do anything that you set your mind to. You can't let them really hold you back and use that as an excuse. Although it does exist, don't use it as an excuse not to do your shit.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Like it depends on your grind, your motivation, how hard you trying to get out there. But jobs do discriminate. Let's be real. They
Fact.
do discriminate on your record. They will say no because you have a record. Even though, like you said, that interview going bomb, they looking at you, they impressed, and then they go see do that background check and they see one thing, and that judgment comes, and it's more like we can't mess with them, we can't
Mm-hmm.
mess with him because now blah 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 blah. But like it really should be get that person a second chance. Like that is
Facts.
my way of thinking because like it can happen to anybody for real. Like you can get a record as a nurse, as a doctor, as a police officer, anybody can get a record. So it's not like just labeled or just centered on one population. It could be anybody, depends on what you do.
Facts.
Some people get off and some people are lucky and they do what they got to do. They do their big one in the courtroom with the lawyers or whatever. But
Yeah.
most people in the community,
Most regular
um,
folks. Yeah.
right, most people in the community, the regular folk, can't afford all that. So they got to work. Really, they get a public defender. I don't know. I used to want to be a lawyer when I was younger. He was a lawyer, a social worker, and I
I want to be a
social
lawyer
worker.
right now. If I could, I'll be a lawyer.
You
I would have
could
definitely
actually,
went into that.
you could. There's a lot of people with records with they're lawyers,
Oh yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. You're right. As a lawyer, you definitely
yeah.
can still practice in certain
Absolutely.
places.
So you could, especially in certain states.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
it's a lot of lawyers that's drunks. I mean, but like, not like all of them, but some of them drunks. It's a stressful job. But like, just going like regular folk can't afford all that. So we got to get a public defender. Some people who are public defenders work hard for their people. Some people. Now, I'm just guesstimating. If we got 100 rate scale, I'm assuming like 40%, maybe 30% of those public defenders fight the way they're supposed to if they were getting paid the big bucks. I'm gonna say 25 to 30%
Yeah,
because their caseloads
definitely.
are this high, so they
Yeah,
can't really dedicate that time to that one person, that one case. They get it sometimes that same day, and they read it or look over it or skim it, and then they go in there to do their thing. And
Right.
whatever
And
happens,
they working
happens.
with the state so they can get that extra
Exactly.
little bread because they not getting paid like a lawyer. So
Right.
they working for both sides so they can get a compensation on both sides.
Yeah.
Naturally, if that's you know what I mean.
Yeah. So just thinking about that, and then getting out of getting out there and getting work. Most of the people that I did work with got jobs at like food places, like Cousins, Subway, things like that, McDonald's. They actually gave you a second chance.
Right.
Construction at times, depending on the company and how that looks. Sometimes city jobs will give it to you depending on your record.
Depending on
But most of the time they got discriminated. And then I would get a call. Hey, I got the record back. I got a background check. I really want to hire them, but they did tell me they were on probation. I want to toss it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. They went down there, they did the application. Oh, they did everything that they told me they were gonna do. That person deserves that chance at least, unless they fuck up. At least.
true.
You know what I'm
True.
saying? Like, one thing that I didn't work with, my population was not sex offenders, thank God. So it was more, the big stuff, really,
Yeah.
robberies and things like that. It wasn't, I had like maybe one sex offender, but like that was maybe one per case because they had their own unit. Yeah, I couldn't do that. But just
Yeah.
saying,
Right.
it's hard. It's hard out here for a pimp when you're
No,
trying to
it
get
is.
out and start over, for sure. You know what I'm
It is. It's
saying?
definitely the cards is definitely against you. Like
Yeah,
that's why.
it's limited on employment options for sure. Like they give you a limit of what you can do. Now
Yeah.
you can do your own thing.
You can always do your own thing.
Yeah, you can go out here and open you something. You
Exactly.
construction your
That's
own
why I was.
construction
That's what I was just
company,
gonna
things
say.
like
Like
that.
entrepreneurship was a great tool and an asset for me. I've always
Right.
tried to keep a good paying, steady job, just because it's always good to have a good, steady paying job.
Yeah,
But
it is.
entrepreneurship has and always will be a great asset for me in survival because, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, it's certain jobs, and the job I got now is like it's definitely a job where I feel like I can
Elevate.
become something like that,
Yeah.
where it's like a high elevation
Mm-hmm.
regardless of my background because I'm already into the company. They already hired me to into the company, knowing my background. So
Right.
it's already accepted, and I feel like
And
it's very
yeah.
few companies like that though. There's very few companies like that where they that's not. I mean, your record that don't matter to them. What they see in your performance and the person that they meet is what matters in your work ethic and things that a job should be basing things
Mm-hmm.
on anyway. Your consistency, your work ethic, your word, your attendance, like you
Yeah.
mean all of that should be more than a record because you got people that's gonna work 3-4 times harder than the person with a perfect record that has a record because they know that if
Sometimes.
sometimes because they know like if you a go getter though and if you really just like you said something happened and you make a mistake and you know you got that on your back
Yeah.
you gonna work harder than the average person because you know you have to if you're
Right.
really trying to get it. But I feel like the best way to really do it is like always like you said always have something because you can start a business and it's nothing that you can't own because you're
Yeah.
a felon. It's places that might not hire you, but it's not too much of nothing that you can't own just
Right.
because you're a felon.
That's true. You could always do your own thing. Always. Like you said, entrepreneurship is something that is yours. That's something that you can elevate from, to and from, and
Right,
get out here and hustle. Like most
right.
people gonna you getting out for some maybe drug offenses or whatever. Use that hustle that you had then for the same hustle you're gonna do for your business. Like it's the same thing. You're just
Or go get
transitioning.
you a dispensary. Go get you somebody. Or get if
Exactly.
you got the money, go stack up some money and
Stack it up
however
somewhere where
you
you
do
can.
get the
Yeah.
money. But start you a dispensary. Even if you got to get somebody that's a clean name, a homie that you
Hmm.
got, and y'all get a legit
Yeah.
legal document contract between y'all, knowing that this is his business, but you funded it. And just keep everything clean. You don't got to be doing nothing else illegal behind it. Only reason why it's in this in such and such a name is because of the felony. And you just an investor, and you just a person who you feel me. You an investor in the company, and but it's yours on paper because you own certain percent of the
Yeah.
company and have it like that. It's nothing that you really can't do. It's nothing that you really can't own just because you're a felon. And if you are, and if you are a felon, like I just said in that instance, it's always a loophole that you can do that you can legally bind yourself to it to where it's still yours even if it ain't yours.
Yeah.
Because I didn't got so I went as soon as I got out I seen the job force was hectic. I went out I got certified for personal training. I was doing personal training when I was locked up. I was doing personal training on myself and others, and people was never saying like, bro, you didn't help me get together. You didn't got so and so together. You got so and so together. You got so and so together. All damn, you bro, you got yourself together. And a lot of people telling me like, bro, you should be a personal trainer when you get out. And so I got out. I studied what I need to study. I was already studying it when I was in there. I studied what I need to
Hmm.
study, learn what I need to learn. I already knew how to work out. I already knew that. It's just the educational aspect of it,
Right.
the science
So
of
you
it,
can
the
make your
body work
own
of it.
path. You can make your
Yeah,
own
and I
path for
got
sure.
certified in it and made my own path. Started my own LLC and started training people. Worked at a couple gyms, learned they sauce, went off, quit them, did my own thing. Took they sauce. I mean, not
Right.
took they sauce, but took bits and pieces of okay, this
Took
is how
that
they formulate. This is how
knowledge.
they do their thing, get their knowledge. And also, I seen that it wasn't for me working for nobody else in that aspect of it because for one, if I'm doing all the work, I want all the bread. And for two, if I'm bringing in the clients and I'm hustling, because most of the time at a gym, they want you in there like a caller with people that sit on the phone and do and call people at home to get clients just like anything else, just like you're a salesman.
Mm.
So if I'm gonna be doing all of that, if I gotta reach out and get the clients and I gotta train them, I might as well be getting all the bread. And if I'm
Right.
getting paid only on the base where I'm training in the commission base because I'm training like certain gyms, like I ain't gonna name the certain gyms,
Yeah.
but how these big gyms do you, man? You might as well be working for yourself. Get certified, start your LLC, and
Yeah.
become your own trainer and start your own business, or do that with any other thing that you want to do. I did
I'm trying
massage
to do.
therapy, everything.
Like,
So
yeah.
there's no limits to it. How you can succeed. Take what you good at. Like you said, if you're a hustler, you're a trapper. If you in the cars because you were stealing cars, whatever. Take that hustle, take that
Take
drive,
your
take that same passion,
skills
and make it
and use
legal.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Take
and
your
get your
skills and make
bread.
it
Stay out
legal.
the way.
Take your skills and make it legal. That's all you got to do.
Facts.
And if you want to do some other stuff, go somewhere where you can set up shop legally. Like bro said, get
Yeah,
that paperwork in order and do that. But like, this question came up because of just knowing personally your story, and also, like I said, seeing how many people had to start over and
facts.
how hard it was for them to, because they had to bring in logs. It was a damn application log. Like, hey, you filled out how many? Type
Yeah, you
shit.
put how many jobs
Yeah,
applications? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I done
You had
been
to
there.
show. I know.
I done been there.
I know.
Everything you just said about it, I done been there. From having to get out the first day and
Right.
go see something. I done been there.
Yeah. So they
I
had to
know.
do that, you know what I'm saying? So they had to really prove that, oh, I really did some
I'm really
work.
out here filling out job applications. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really out here
Yeah.
trying to get a
So
job, trying to get employment.
so it
And
was
a
it
lot of
was
people do.
hard to see people
Yeah,
really out here trying to get back on the right path. But I will say half of them, because of their people, places, and things and environment, did get half, not half, maybe 25% got replicated because um,
yeah. I mean,
some things you can't let
it's
go
easy to
of.
get caught up in it. Now, as far as the
Yeah, it is.
recidivism of it, as far as the recidivism, I could blame that so much on the system. I can't really blame that on the system. I can blame it on the
Hmm.
system in a certain sense of it's easy for you to fall into them traps. It's definitely a
Right.
lot of traps set for you. But if you on your shit, like nothing can
You
slip you up.
good.
Nothing can slip me up. Nothing has slipped
Yeah,
me up.
that's
Nothing will
true.
slip me up. Nothing can slip me up because
Hmm.
I'm in that bag. I'm in my focus. If I'm not doing nothing, you can't put me in those situations. I've been put in situations
Exactly.
before and that's how I got where I was at, being put in situations. So now you can't put me in a situation, and I'm definitely not gonna
Yeah.
put myself in a situation. Everything else is just managing my freedom. Ain't no, you can only. I mean, I get it. Some people go back, but if you only going back because you chose to go back to doing something that can send you back.
Yeah, it's your choice.
Your choice.
I'll end with
Ultimately, at the end of
this.
the day.
I'll end with this. Like some people, in my experience, a lot of my personal experience, put me in a box because, especially like women, sometimes they think when they get intimidated by you because of your growth. Because people can tell when you grow, because you like either they gonna congratulate you on it, or they gonna slide away or try to do some hater shit.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So either way, you gonna know where they stand with you. Like
facts.
just like certain things make you, like see, okay, I see who you are. So let me elevate myself a little bit more, so you can't touch me. So you
So you
can't,
can't touch me.
yeah. So you can't
And get
touch me
away
at
from you
all,
and get
even
away
when
from
you
you because
try to.
I didn't encounter people like that where it was like they feel like a lot of people, and that's been life period with me, to be honest. But people that feel like they should have more than you because of who
Yeah,
you are, or because of who they are to you.
that's
Like
true.
because oh dang, like you said, you're gonna have the people that's gonna congratulate you. I got people that congratulate me all the time. I congratulate myself all the time. I'm proud of the situation I came out of. I've been home for a long time.
Yeah,
I've made a hella establishments and got myself established in almost everything that I've wanted to, and I'm still growing and doing that as we speak in every aspect that I want to, and I'm enjoying
yeah,
life right now, and it's only getting better, and
You know,
it's
it's
good
only
right
up.
now. It's great now, and it's only getting better. So I feel
It's
like
only up from here, man.
it's only up from here. So I feel like, I mean, you can't really let nothing hold you back. It's all on you at the end of the day to where you want
It
to
is
go.
all you.
You can't let nothing or the mishaps or the people or places or things, none of that type of nature slip you up and just stay focused and get on it. But at the same time, you know
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard. You know the cards are stacked against you. So you got to beat the odds. You got to be willing to go that extra mile to beat the odds.
Be complacent in where you at. The goal is to grow. Because when you don't
Right,
grow, you ain't learning nothing for real.
right,
Like you really just, you swaying away, but you there. But when you learn, you ain't gonna do that shit again, or you gonna elevate from.
facts,
But
facts.
yeah, that's it for me, bro. Put the bed for me.
Yeah, it's put to bed for me as well. It's
We're
definitely
gonna
put
do,
to bed.
yeah, like night night on that ass. But
No, for
yeah,
real.
I'm happy we did this again. Did another one. I see you
Another
next
one.
time, broski.
See you next time too, sis. And
Hey,
y'all know how we do
love.
it, man. Every time, man.
Yes,
Love, love.
sir. Yes, sir.
And rest your mind, but don't rest your body. Don't rest your soul. Don't rest your ambition. You hear me?
I was waiting. And also, hey, if you fall down, get your ass back up. Get up. Dust it off. Even if you gotta cry a little bit, sometimes you gotta cry. You know what I'm saying? And then get up, put your head up high, and keep it moving. Strong niggas. We out here strong in this beat. Yeah. All right.
All right,
Yeah.
love, love.
That's it. Reserved. All right, broski.
I've been studying the bane in my existence. They try to write me off, but I keep taxing them consistent. You don't know the pain of being trapped inside the system. Soon as they read you your rights, you know you on your way to prison. It's a trap. And why the hell you think they call it that? Trust falls the way I'm comfortable with falling back. Fell out with